it's still quite a frickin' threat. I can't really describe it since, of course, the AI in Armour are frickin' hacking little bastards. So, next one we have is another HQ variant, just BMP2, I believe this is, with a PKT. Not much to be worried about, it's like the BRDM2. Only a threat to infantry, you shouldn't be too worried. Another one, BTR-9 HQ, with a PKT on top of it. I don't want to go over that, because that would be the third HQ variant. Moving on to both of the Vodniks, we have the Vodnik with two PKs. This has a Vodnik in the front, no, not a Vodnik in the front. It says a PK in the front and a PK in the back. This thing is very effective taking out infantry. If we do have any infantry assets in the air, this is pretty essential to take out since that will cut them to shreds faster than you can fucking paint the town red. So, then we have the BPPU Vodnik. This one is armed with a 2A42, 300 rounds per minute, 20mm cannon, I believe. It's either 20 or 30mm.
I think it's 20.
20mm cannon. This goes at either 300 rounds per minute or 600 rounds per minute. And also armed with a KT. This thing fucks up an LAV. Do not engage this thing unless you're 100% sure you'd be able to take it out. If this thing is already aiming at you, don't even try it, because that thing is going to fuck you up. Very unwise decision to go after that thing. Now,
No, it's a medium armor.
yeah, oh yeah, as you can see, this is designated in 3 different positions. There's light armor, medium armor, and heavy armor. We're going on to medium right now. This is the BMP-3. I don't know why the fuck this thing isn't considered a tank, but this is pretty much a miniature tank. This thing has 3 gunner seats. A main gunner seat, a left gunner seat, and a right gunner seat. The right and left gunner are only armed with PKTs. But once again, if you're facing this thing's 12 o'clock, that'll fuck up infantry. The main gunner seat gets a third. Oh, you know what? Since this cannon is 30mm, this is the 30mm cannon that the BMP-3 gets. That means that the cannon on the BPPU Vodnik and the BMP-2 is most likely 20mm. So you're right, McMuffin. So not only does it get a 30mm cannon, it also gets a 100mm cannon. High explosive and armor-piercing rounds. This thing takes out an LAV in pretty much one shot. Doesn't make it blow up, but it disables it in one shot. You also have 9M117M1 Arcan rockets. I'm not sure if these lock on to air or not.
I think they are air.
Well, if they are lock on, then this is...
Say again?
9M117M1 Arcan.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's air, but I'm not completely sure.
That's it, typed out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's an air rocket.
User joined your channel.
But you don't even see the frickin' missile wave or whatever it's called that's behind the missile from this thing. It just goes to its target. You don't even see it. It's also got a PKT. It's a mobile weapons platform. Stay away from this thing, don't engage it. If you see this, if those rockets truly are air-to-air, or, ground-to-air, or ground with lock-on, that will be one of the primary targets and one of the first things you call out to your command staff when you're in a combat zone. Because we don't want West here coming into an AO, and you guys forgot to call out a frickin' BMP-3, and then West ends up getting shot down, and then someone needs to save him. Because that's not good. Now we have a BT-90. This thing isn't much to worry about either. Actually, no, I'm bullshitting. Yes, it is. This one also has, again, a 2A42 cannon, 300 and 600 rounds per minute. And a PKT. Now, not only does it have those, it has Conqueror's 9M113 rockets. And an AGS-17 40 micro grenade launcher.
Thanks for keeping me in mind.
Will do.
Always.
If we aren't going to have any air assets in the air during an operation, the BTR-90 is pretty damn deadly, and LAV is able to take this thing out relatively fast, so long as we're quick to engage it. So if you're quick to engage it and you truly think you can, then go for it. If you're infantry, aim for the frickin' wheels on it, because that makes the crew dismount. That's one of the main ways
what
to
do you
BTR.
think this next one is for? Seeing as it had radar on top of it.
Hey, Muffin, what happened to Bird's one thing?
Oh, what? You can just type it out so I can read it.
Tunguska in there, because these things can lock you from a 6-click range. Don't even try flying low either, because I'm pretty sure that doesn't even stop the lock-on from this thing.
I can do it if I can get behind mountains. It depends on the terrain.
That's true.
No, dude.
If you're a scout, this is one of the first things you always call out. If you don't call out that there's a Tunguska in the area, and once again, West comes flying in, he's gonna yell at you, "Hey retard, why didn't you call out that there's a Tunguska in the area?"
By Evans, is probably the biggest.
Alright, this one is a Shilka. Shilka is not deadly as the Tunguska, but this will still ruin West's day. This thing actually has 4 AZP F85 cannons. I've never heard of those before. I don't know what caliber they are, but it does have the same scope as the Tunguska. But this is the only weapon it has, but it will still ruin West's day regardless.
It looks near 50. So, like, yeah, it's pretty high caliber.
Again, that's one of the first things you call out, or else West will have your ass tomorrow. Hey, Click, why the tank doing here in medium armor? Well, Gunnery Sergeant Roy had informed me that anything not up to the technologically efficient standards of at least a T-55 is not considered heavy armor. Heavy armor is exclusive to tanks, therefore a T-34 is medium armor. Yeah, we did an LE training op one time, and I made the fatal mistake of putting a T-34 in. This was the death of us the first time. The second time we ran it, we lost the LAV, but we did not have any casualties. But still, we all Gandalf, so we suck. As a GySgt cannon, and I should know what caliber this is since I've played Men of War Assault Squad as the Russians a lot. But it's still pretty damn good. Main cannon with high explosive rounds and AP rounds, and also a DT. DT, I believe, is 7.62 machine gun. It was referred as the dinner plate or something back in World War II. It's got 60 rounds per magazine. And this also has a front gunner seat with a DT. It's pretty damn effective, and it's a bitch for an LAV to take out. So, moral of the story, if you see a T-34, don't fucking engage it. And I mean it. Alright, this is the heavier section. As you can see, there's nothing too different about this. If you see these two, you can easily be able to distinguish them away from a T-34 or any of these, which is T-72 and a T-90. So, moral of the story is, if you are all on LAR, and I see any of you even try to engage any of these heavy armor, I will rip your fucking asshole out that you won't even have it the next morning, even if a doctor gives you surgery to put it in. So help me God, if you try to engage it with an LAV, your ass is grass. Am I understood?
Yeah, nasty.
This thing one-hits an LAV. Not only does it have cord Russian 50 cals on top of it, which will decimate infantry, the T-90 all has lock-on rockets. A tank with fucking lock-on rockets.
Have you recruited anyone?
Have I recruited one? No, not yet. And yes, I believe the rockets fire out of the main barrel. These are M119M reflex rockets. There's 5 of them. PKT in the main end. Same thing really goes for the E-72. They look very similar. The way you can distinguish it is, the way I mainly distinguish it is from the differentiating turrets. the T90 is slightly bigger in stature, and that the T72 has this gigantic upside-down private symbol on its front hull. This thing is once again its normal D81 tank cannon, and a PKT. No rockets are on this one. But still, if you try to engage it, it's gonna one-hit the LAV. Don't even try it. So, that's Russian armor in a nutshell.
Plus it has a DSHKM on top.
Dishcom. Alright, Evans, Vitra, that's your review on Russian armor. Questions, comments, want to tell me to fuck off? Do it now.
Fuck
Will
off.
do. Will do. Alright then, so questions or anything. Alright, good. So basically when we run up, I hope you remember what these types of armor are, and what to engage, what to call out, and what to not engage.